Water, essential to all life. Like the air we breathe, living without it is impossible. What flows from our faucets, even pricey bottled water, falls short of achieving optimal health and longer, more fulfilling lives. All water is not created equal. Visited South Florida and some active adults who walk the walk and talk the talk, where drinking and even showering with quality water is a way of life. Meet Daryl and Gabby, two young adults with a passion for healthy living.
For me personally, I think that health is our greatest wealth. And so one of the greatest things that I can do with my time is to make sure that I am not only maintaining, but living a preventative lifestyle so that I can enjoy life in all the ways that I want to for a very long time.
Great health is number one. It's the foundation of life for me, number one.
I maintain my health by doing practices such as yoga, mindfulness meditations, I eat well, and I drink Kangen water.
I'm vegan, so I look for the best quality products that I can get on the farmer's market. And when it comes to water, live water, Kangen water, for example, is the best quality water I've been able to find. It's a live water. It really hydrates my body, so it maintains my great health.
Daryl and Gabby's healthy lifestyle touches everything they do. From walks in the Florida outdoors to in-studio yoga sessions.
I discovered Kangen water when I went to a girlfriend's house and she served me some and I thought, this is so delicious. I mean, it tasted so smooth, just like silk. And I started asking questions, I learned about the health benefits, and I knew I had to have one for myself.
After a couple of years of doing water research, all the solutions I found did not meet my needs. So to be able to have the super hydrating power of alkaline, antioxidant water, and my body's really thanking me for that.
From gyms to offices to homes coast to coast, bottled water is everywhere. With 50 billion bottles sold annually, negatively impacting not just our bodies, but the planet, ocean, landfill, and waterway. It's the impact to our personal health that may be the biggest threat of all.
As I started doing my research, I learned that bottled water is actually just glorified tap water. Most of it has just been recycled, it's acidic, it's full of BPA, which we then ingest. Whereas the Kangen, it's like having a natural spring water in my own home.
Since I got my Kangen machine, I haven't bought a single plastic bottle ever since, and I carry the freshest water available with me everywhere.
The old saying, the proof is in the pudding. So does the Kangen 8 pass the taste test?
Kangen water really came to my rescue because now I just feel so much more comfortable and confident about the water that I'm drinking. And not only that, but I feel comfortable about the water that I'm cooking with, that I'm juicing with. I know that I'm truly receiving the best.
Think of your skin as one giant sponge, absorbing nearly everything it comes in contact with, including your shower and bath. Enter the Anespa DX.
Our skin is like a sponge, it absorbs everything. So I use the Anespa because it helps to eliminate chlorine and it also adds other minerals. It's like having a Japanese hot spring in your own home. The same great feeling that I receive when I'm drinking the water is what I'm experiencing in the shower with the Anespa. It's a bit different, but it's made from the same great Japanese company. And while I'm showering, I really feel like I'm in a hot spring. My skin feels refreshed, I feel rejuvenated, my hair feels great, there's no smell in the water, and I step out there just feeling like a whole new person.
From kitchen to bath and all the living we do in between, Kangen water is changing the way. To get additional information on where to find Enagic's life-changing technology for your family's good health, or how to join the Enagic team as a distributor.
Huge inflammation is the bane of our existence. If we could really subdue that, I have no doubt you could live to 150 years. I mean, you could.
Yep.
And Mr. Oshiro, of course, is going to live 120 years. We all know that. He said it on stage. And good luck to him, you know.
Yeah. Well, I want to talk a little bit about the 2.5 real quick and then go into the competition. The 2.5 is pretty much the most powerful disinfectant on the planet because it's able to get into the mitochondria and kill the bacteria from the inside out.
Yeah,
Talk a little bit about that.
sure. Look, what happens to the 2.5 is it is a powerful oxidant, right? And so when you ionize that water, it produces the hypochlorite ion, which in a stable situation of hypochlorous acid is what kills every germ known to man. And that hypochlorous acid has been known for about a century and a half. It cleans up wounds and so on. But because it's a stable condition, after it cleans up a wound, after it gets rid of bacteria, it then damages tissue. Our product produces the hypochlorite ion, but remember, all ionized water decays the minute it comes out of the spout. So when you put it on wounds, it kills the germs, but does not damage tissue. And we have hardcore evidence that 2.5 pH water, Kangen water, kills every known bacteria on this planet, including viruses, including spores and prions. That's huge.
Even the coronavirus,
Oh yeah, no chance against.
pretty much on contact. Yeah. And why is it the number one thing used in Japan for different types of skin problems?
Well, I don't know what's used in Japan for skin problems, but let me say this. When you have a dirty wound, for example, and pus on it, whatever, that water will attack the germs, but not your skin. And that's the beauty of it.
And also, I know a lot of dentists too that one dentist in particular had a patient come back because the bleeding wasn't stopping in the mouth, and the doctor had him swish it to 2.5 and it helped close up that wound. How is that 2.5 able to do that?
Well, first of all, it goes and eliminates the bacterial issue. And that's huge because the bacteria cause inflammation and then the tissue gets engorged and then you bleed, whatever. But I'll tell you one thing, one great application, and it's been done many dentists around the country, they do a root canal, they drain an abscess, and in order to sterilize that abscess, you had to do all kinds of manipulations, but tweaking it and having it drain and what have you, using 2.5 irrigation in those cavities, in the abscess cavities, allows them to close it and put a stem in it and save the tooth. It's pretty huge.
That's
Not a
amazing.
dentist, but I do know, and I have a colleague actually, and she has been doing this for years, and the results are insane. Good.
Now, I've always told people that probably the hardest thing to do is to, we do a lot of demonstrations. Then a person will get on the internet and they'll see a machine that's advertised for half the price. It's usually cheaper because it is cheaper. And I know you've done extensive work on some competitor machines and all the ones that are out there. And can you tell us what you found and why the Kong machine is the best one on the market?
All right. The Kangen machine is the best one on the market because of two things. The amount of power in watts that it subjects to the electrodes that then cause the ionization. And the second thing is that the actual plates of electrodes that we use are the best in the industry. They are long lasting. They are expensive. They consist of titanium and platinum, which is a noble metal. And nobody in the rest of the industry has figured out how Enagic has got these two metals together so they're totally inseparable. They can't break them apart. The bond is insanely permanent. And that makes a machine that with the appropriate maintenance, because we do get issues because of the contents of the water, like minerals like calcium, magnesium, and so hard minerals that if you don't clean the machine periodically, they'll settle on the plate. No other company has that same, none. And I checked probably 10 or 12 actual machines. I can give you an example of one machine. I'm not going to mention it, don't want to be sued or anything, but there's a machine that we actually compared side by side, producing 9.5 pH water. When it comes out of the spout, each machine, Kangen and the competitor, produced 9.5 pH water with an ORP of around 600. 5 minutes later, Kangen water machine produced 9.5 pH water, ORP of 600. Machine number 2 produced 9.5 pH water, ORP of 300. 5 minutes later, an
Positive 300?
of 0. Useless. So that's the thing. The machine's quality is unassailable.
Yeah, I remember talking to our head scientist at the office. They happened to be in the office for, I think it was for a grand opening or something, but Eli and I and Bob Gradelli were talking to him, and they asked him questions, and they basically said, well, if you stuck the competitors' plates in our machine, they basically melt. And I know that the amperage, the amps in our is at 2.5, and I believe 90% of the competitors is at 0.5. So it's 5 times the amount when you compare that with also with the SMPS technology, switch mode power supply, which they use on all their machines, which are the machine's power switching on and off while it's making the water. With ours, we use a transformer, which makes a consistent amount of electricity every single time. You want to talk a little bit about that?
Well, I don't know. Listen, I'm not an electrical engineer, but I do remember Ohm's law. And when you have 240 watts at 2.4 amperes consistently applied to a plate, 2 things are going to happen. If the plate is good, like ours, with the platinum and with the titanium, it will continue to produce that energy. If the plate is flimsy, it'll melt. Yeah. It's like when you take your battery in your car and you take a number 8 wire and you stick it directly onto the positive of your battery and ground it, the wire just melts. Mm-hmm. Ours doesn't. It's all there's power. ORP, wattage, and amperage.
Now, I think that pretty much covers that. I mean, there's nothing that really can compare to the Kong machine. They